Hey YouTube, it's Ray from Team RW, and I'm here with Nguyen, who just got first place at the Columbus, Ohio Regional this Sunday. Do you have any shout-outs you want to give before we jump into the profile?
Yeah. So I want to give a shout out to Team RW, best team, best sponsor. Thank you, Pam. Brady for helping me make the deck 8 hours before the regionals. We were up all the way for a whole hour. Thanks, Brady, for also paying for my dinner. That was real nice. Anton for telling me to play Eldlich. He loves trap decks. Shout out to Collectibles, Eternal Panel, really good all Michigan locals. Ray for getting third. He really killed it. Everyone for cheering me on my yugioh group and in my ride, Kevin and Tone. And lastly, thanks for my girlfriend, mom, and sister for thinking I suck at Yu-Gi-Oh.
Nice. Let's jump into it. What did you play?
I played at Brandon Eldlich. The reason I picked it was I just felt like it was one of the decks that just had a good matchup against a lot of stuff. Okay, first, my hand trap lineup is 3 Ash, pretty standard. 2 Bells and 1 Duty Crow.
Why did you choose this ratio, and why these two specifically?
I picked it. The Ash was standard. The 2 Bells and 1 Crow was just so I wouldn't open out too many bells. It was just like the best hand trap that was really against a lot of stuff, especially Brandon Ray. It was just so good against my deck.
Do you ever wish you played more Crow?
No, the reason is Bell can also be used as protection. So if they like call one again for D Crow, Bell can be interactive against that. That's the only reason.
Okay, solid.
Next was the Dominica package. 2 and 1. Didn't need more. Sometime I would side out the 1 during side-in. This card was really good in the matchups mostly. And they're light, so that was a really good bonus. 2 Fallen Albaz. I feel like 2 is the right number in this deck. Because mostly when you first go albino, you usually banish 1. Next is 2 Golden Lords. I mean, it's pretty standard. I did need 2. 3 would be too much, and then 1 would be too little. That's my monsters. Next are the spells. 3 Pot of Prosperity. Just digs more into your deck. I usually banish 6. Like every time usually, just to see my cards. 2 Nedir Servant. Just standard, pretty good. Helps you get in, it actually helps you get into the Branded Fusion if you didn't start with it either. Next is Branded Fusion. They intertwine to help each other because of the Golden Lord, so that was really cool. And obviously it's good because you can send Banshee. Some people don't run 3 Curse LN. I think that's incorrect. It's just so good.
Shout out to Dexter.
Yeah, it's good because you search Golden Lord and you can send it, and it gives you you can send this to grave, and it puts another card in grave. It just puts more pressure. And my floodgates were 3 Skills Rain and 3 goes in. These are just I feel like these were really good against most matchups. Skills Rain is good against every matchup. Goes in is really good against most decks like Flunderies and Sorcerer and stuff. So it was really good. Even against mirror match, Despia isn't that bad either. 2 punishments. 2 is a good number, right number. I usually side 1 out sometimes to make room for other better side cards. And then lastly is the regular 3, 3, and 2. Never needed more, never needed less.
Did you ever miss cards like Psalm Strike or Eternal?
Intestine Strike seemed to really subpar versus a lot of matchups because they would chain block like for Despias. Flunderies would be okay and stuff maybe, but no, I didn't really miss the Strike or Torrential. Didn't really need it. Clean 40. Next is the extra deck. 2 Mirage. 2's needed. I actually summoned 2 a lot, so that was really good. Didn't need more. Next was Albino. This is the one that you usually start off with, so it's really good. And then plus you usually send it with the Mirage to search later on. Ash Dragon. Dominica gets you there. And then sometimes summoning this card's actually good. It's really big. Sometimes you send a Golden Lord. One of those. This is actually the main one. The most time I rarely summon this turn 1. The game 2, game 3, I summoned it to send my Banshee for like. I actually played against 2 Flunderies and against 1 Tri Brigade. It just blew out the Tri Brigade matchup. One of this. These are usually my prosperity targets, but post side like super poly, these cards are really good, so that's why I ran these. Another target for super poly. Plus that you actually make it in the deck, so it was really good. Use it for Dominica cards, really good. And testing these cards are really good. Like I needed it to make so I can get my brand engine going. I rarely use it, and then usually turn 1, if you already have brand infusion or get into it, you usually just get rid of these for your brand pop prosperity. The double charmer, this was like literally the MVP. I grabbed nibs, I grabbed it people's ghost over just to have it against them. I even grabbed it against cheese out versus my 2 source matchup and just OTK them because of this plus the cheese out plus the golden lord just game. And I grabbed this someone's DPE. And lastly was Pleiades. Actually, this card actually did come up a couple times, so I'm glad I actually played this because at first I was about to cut it, but my friend Brady told me to play it. That was 15. And then for the side deck, 2 lava golems. I had 3, but I had to make room for other cards, so 2 was actually the perfect number. I never see too many, and it actually came out a couple times. Zombie War package. No need to explain it. It's just so good against everything. I mean, Flunnery is actually still a really hard matchup. So having this card, plus you could tutor out with the brand infusion, so that's insane. And I guess, like I said, Tri-Brigaded was just a blowout. 3 super polys. Not much to explain there. It's really good, especially going second. It's actually like the few card that you can use against like Despia and all that stuff going second. This card was probably my most used sided card. This card was just insane every single time. I was just not even making the gates nowadays. So like this card was almost time. So it was really good. And simplified game state, you just win with your Eldlich card and stuff. And then 3 judgments. I rarely saw this card because most of my games lasted like 2-0. So like I really didn't see this card much. I didn't like game 1 I win game 1 and game 2 I go second, so I rarely see it. And then when I decided in going first game 3, like 2 game 3s, it didn't show up. And lastly, anti-spell. Same thing as the judgment. I rarely saw it.
Nice. Do you have anything you would change about the deck?
Probably not. Like if I was to run this deck again, I'd probably keep it the same. But I mean, there's gonna be a new set, 2 new sets coming out, so it's probably gonna be change for Hartford anyways.
All right, cool. Thank you.
All right,
and congrats.
Yep.